Good. Squeeze. Come on.
Professionally and like customized training about 5 years.
5 years.
But overall, like lifting 10 years.
10 years. At what point did he really start to understand what this lifting is all about? I mean, we're still learning. It's a learning process. We always keep learning more.
Mm-hmm.
But at what point, like after how many years, did you start to understand like what this is all about?
Honestly, I would say only about 3 years ago. So it was a good 2 years into like a customizing training for me. And then going through the ins and outs of understanding the diet, understanding that recovery is very essential as well, understanding that some exercises are not really built for my body. Once you understand a little bit of more of this, you become your best personal trainer.
True.
You know, because there were like movements that my trainers in the past would ask me to do, but it wouldn't really like click.
That's right.
And you know, like and then I would understand that for my body.
Everything you got. Come on. Good. Squeeze. Come on. Good. Come on. Come on. Good. How you feeling?
Oh yeah.
Good. You got it. Come on. Squeeze. Come on. Yes. Squeeze. Squeeze. Push. Passa. Forza. Come on. Let's go. Yes. Come on. Let's go. Hey, come on. Yes.
Down.
Come on. Push one more.
Sit.
All the way.
Woo.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. You got it, hon. Let's go. Focus. Come on. Let's go. Come on. All the way. You got it. Let's get it. One more. All the way. Let's go. Yes.
I always felt like Brazilians have one of the best genetics in the world for fitness, for women's bodybuilding. What do you think about it? Like, you got a lot of Brazilian athletes now competing in women's physique. Do you feel like you guys got a lot of like good genetics for?
I mean, if I am to analyze more in a scientific, answer, I would say it makes sense because our diet is very protein based.
It is.
Since we are kids, like we eat a lot of good red meat from cows that are fed, grass fed. We eat a lot of just organic stuff because
Yeah.
the farms there are huge and it's very easy for you to find fresh stuff. So sometimes even if you don't realize that we are eating pretty clean, back in the day I would say, now it's a little bit more, when I went back I was a little surprised to see how people are changing their diet, unfortunately. But I remember growing up there, protein was very part of our meal.
Yeah. Us
And
eating
we walk,
beans, meat,
yeah,
rice.
yeah,
I saw
rice
that,
and
yeah.
beans and meat, and we walk a lot. The beach, we're always constantly
Lifestyle. It's a great lifestyle,
constantly,
yes.
jogging a little bit on the beach.
That's why. Weather also makes a big difference.
The weather
climate,
is nice, so
environment.
you're out,
Yes.
out and about doing stuff,
Seriously,
walking
yeah.
back and
It
forth.
makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And also, I think that the lifestyle and the people, the way Brazilians think, because I don't know if it's true, but I noticed that Brazilians, they don't stress so much as maybe some Western people do. We Western people, I gotta be there, I gotta work, I gotta do that. But Brazilians are a bit more relaxed. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, and I think sometimes that might be a little reason why
yes.
we're still,
Yeah. There's
up
good things.
behind.
There's good things and bad things.
Yeah.
But I think seriously, stress is the worst for athletes. Seriously,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, for sure.
It
I feel
affects
like
everything, your sleep, the way you look, your eating and your mood.
yeah, Brazilians are they're happy people.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They are.
yeah, I can
Yeah.
tell. I can
That-
tell
that-
just by most of my friends, my mother, my
Very
dad.
positive, happy people.
I'm a happy person too.
Yeah.
I can't deal with negativity. I can't deal with people who are not
That's why.
grateful.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes I have a hard time keeping a lot of friends
It
here
does.
in America
It
because
does.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
as soon as the person starts complaining about something, it's
a
harder
neg-
for me
it's
to
negative.
have a
It's negative energy.
yeah.
Good. Good. Come on. Let's go. Good. Come on, fight. Let's go. All the way. Finish it. Let's go, Amanda. Come on. Well done. Come on. Let's go, Amanda. Come on. All the way. Come on. Go ahead. Good. Push. Let's go ahead. All the way.
Yeah, I don't really compare myself to anybody either. I mean, I don't look at girls who are younger than I am and they are already at the Olympia stage, and I'm like, oh, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I don't care because she might be doing something completely different than I've been doing.
That's right.
I went to school for something else. I was in hospitality for a period of my life.
Correct.
I've been working in so many different aspects of life that now I'm dedicating to bodybuilding. So I understand and I accept where I am right now.
Good.
I'm not on the Olympus stage because I have not been putting the work like most of people have in the past.
That's right.
But now I am going forward, so I know I'm gonna get there.
Good,
There is
good,
no other
good.
way. I will.
Wonderful.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, we definitely hope to see you there. So, how can we get more females involved with these sports like women's bodybuilding, women's physique, and in general, like to gym? As I said to you before, that like the gym I train in Australia, like maybe all the people who comes to the gym, we got maybe 15 or 20% of females only, which is really sad. How can we get like more females in the gyms?
I honestly say, I feel that there is a need of ambassadors of the sport in the female
True.
bodybuilding community. I don't see a lot of the female athletes speaking out.
Let's go, Amanda. Come on. Let's go. Good. Come on. Keep on going.
Tell me more about like your athletic background. You used to do a lot of swimming. Like I love swimming. So can you tell
Yeah,
more?
I grew up swimming, and I was always in a swim team. You know, even though I went from one city to another city in Brazil, but I was part of a team. So it was a little difficult for me moving from Brazil to America and just going to the gym alone because I was used to having a team together.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much my goal in bodybuilding, was to create a team. So I feel like I finally am putting together this whole team of
Good.
like going from like my coach to a training partner to a person who does the massage,
Good.
like and stuff like that. But my background has been always swimming and movement. I'm always
Moving,
moving.
good. Keeping yourself active.
I'm just so active. Sometimes I have to force myself to rest.
That's really good. I think, in my opinion, swimming is probably one of the best recovery
Yeah.
for people who lift weights, especially cold baths and all these kind of saunas and like therapy. It's the best.
Yeah,
It is.
definitely. The water is just really healing.
It is.
It's like a spiritual experience, kind
Yeah.
of like as soon as you go in, you're just
Definitely.
in a different world.
Definitely. How often you do cold baths?
About once a week,
Once a
twice a
week.
week when I'm very sore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often? Like, sorry, how long do you stay?
Oh, I don't stay too long.
Mm.
I stay for about 5 to 10 minutes max.
Yeah.
Like in and out because it's just too cold.
It's cold.
And then again, going back to what you're saying about the weather, I'm from Brazil.
Warm, yeah.
I need
It's
warm.
warm,
I
yeah.
need the sun. I need the heat. But I do that
True
just
that.
for the purpose of recovery.
That's good. That's good. Tell me more about your diet. So, what time you usually wake up?
My diet?
Yeah.
I always wait. I don't think ever past 6 a.m. So 6 a.m. I'm up.
You up.
Yeah.
What's the first meal you eat?
First I do my cardio. I do 45 minutes of cardio on an empty stomach, and then I have about 3 whole eggs, a cup of coffee, and some spinach on top of my eggs.
Sounds good. Including yolks or
Oh, always.
always?
Always.
All
yeah.
right. So-
I can't even believe people don't eat the yolk.
So what time is this meal?
About 7:30, because I wake
7.
up at 6, get my coffee, start going with cardio, so about 7:30, 8 o'clock
7:30.
max.
Yep. And when is the next meal?
About 2 hours later.
Oh, what? What's
yeah.
that?
And then if it's usually it's a pre-workout, so I would have about like 40 grams of a protein powder with some cream of rice, which is fast to digest and
Nice.
ready to go.
Yeah.
hmm
All right. And after that?
I have about 100 in grams. I would say it's about 130 grams, 135. It's about 6 ounces of chicken.
Yeah.
With 126, which is 1 cup of white rice.
Good. That's good. And about 7-8 meals a day.
Yeah, about 7 years, 7 meals. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
a
they're
lot of work.
all
It's a
they're
lot of
all
work.
chicken,
Yeah.
veggies, white rice for carbohydrates or cream of rice, and that's it. Whole eggs and salmon. Salmon's like everything in my life.
It's sounds good. Do you have sometimes hard time to get all the meals in?
No,
No.
quite the opposite. I'm
Yeah.
always hungry.
Always hungry.
I'm a
always,
machine
I
when
would
it
be
comes
like
to
that.
food.
Always
I'm
be
a
like that.
machine. I can eat
Seriously.
anything, anytime.
So what time do you go to sleep?
Around 10:30,
10:30.
10
Come-
o'clock sometimes.
Yeah. So you try to get about 7-8 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Lately, for some reason, I keep on waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I tended to do at least 6 hours.
Yeah. Do you feel
But
like
the thing
it's
is that
easy?
my sleeping is pretty deep too.
Deep.
So it's not like when I wake up, I can wake up a little bit. I feel a little foggy. I get some water. Sometimes I get some tea, and then
Yeah.
I go back, and
Go
then
back.
I'm
All
in
right.
REM sleep.
So when you wake up, do you feel you are well rested?
Sometimes
Yeah.
it really depends.
I learned during COVID, like the importance of sleep. Like it really does affect everything in your life, your
Yeah.
mood, your training, just everything in life, your stress levels too. I noticed that when I don't sleep well, it's much easier to get into that negative bubble.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, and I think a lot of
Because you
people,
get cranky and tired.
lot of people, they know the importance of sleep, but I feel they don't work enough to go bed early.
And the phone too. Gosh, I mean,
seriously,
when you
yeah.
start going to the
That's the
school,
worst.
like
It's the
thing on
worst.
Instagram,
It's the worst thing you can do before sleep.
I won't even look at you.
Good, good. Just stay focused. Remember the core. Look a little bit down and just let the legs do the work.
You know, I'm so glad that I actually grew up with powerlifters.
Good.
So glad.
You can always learn
Yeah.
something from other athletes. Let's go, Andre. Come on. Strong. Forza. Let's go. Easy. Good. Come on. Up. Come on. Let's go. Woo. Good. Well done.
Hey. Shit. 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 Shit.
Good. Let's go.
Ah. Woo. Oh gosh, yeah. Woo. Now is exactly what we were talking about when we were training. When you understand that things don't come easy, which means you have to work hard, you have to accept criticism, you have to accept that sometimes it's all in your mind too.
I agree.
I mean, what do you really think that people have the time to
Yeah.
always be talking about you?
I know,
Or is
I
that
know.
really in your mind all the time?
That's what. That's
You
what.
just think that people are constantly talking, like, or it feels like the worst enemy is right here. It's really between your ears.
I agree. I agree.
Because I came to understand, like, yeah, I have a few comments here and there on my Instagram, but honestly, like, I don't think that everybody's really spending time to talk about my life.
No.
Especially right now during COVID. I
Yeah.
mean, I really hope they have better things to do.
That's why. I'm with you. I'm with you. When was the first time you heard about women's bodybuilding or saw?
I don't really remember, but I think it was Corey Everson. I saw her picture before, and I was very impressed by her physique. And then I remember going to the gym in North Hollywood in Los Angeles and seeing Denise Mazzino walking
What year?
inside.
What year was this?
That was about 6 years ago.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I remember that made a huge impact on me.
Yeah. The thing about women's bodybuilding is that, like, because there's not many of them in the world, that's what makes it so unique, you know?
Yeah.
Seriously, like, only one out of maybe 1% of all women in the world make to Olympia stage.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah, true.
Seriously, like,
True.
It is, and the funny thing about women's bodybuilding for me is like, I've been a big fan for a very long time, but the thing about it was like it took me a long time to really understand what it was all about, like all the body mind and all the dieting and having that strength really like to flex and make your physique look the way it looks, you know, and there's so many little things that makes a big difference, you know, how you pose, you know, the exercises you do, the mobility you have, you know, there's so much things that people don't know.
Yeah.
And that's something that really annoys me. Like, there's so much people talking negative stuff and they don't know. They don't know, you know, try it once.
I call them like keyboard warriors, you know,
Yeah.
like keyboard losers. The other day, I trained Anderson Silva,
Yeah.
the MMA
Yeah,
fighter,
I know, yeah.
who is now going to be doing a boxing match in Mexico. And we did a press conference. In the press conference, they put a YouTube video out there, and then under the YouTube video, there were hundreds of comments of a completely different community who were, you know, talking about me and the way that I look, and you know, assuming that is this a man or very confused.
Yeah.
But again, I don't want those, like that small percentage of the people who comment there to ever take it away the amazing moment that it was for a woman to be at a press conference with an MMA fighter.
Dude, that is awesome.
You know, like, and Anderson Silva being the GOAT. So that will never be taken away
No,
from me.
no.
Even though that's what they want,
Yeah.
that very
Yes.
0.1% of people who comment on there. But after when I saw those comments, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot that there is a whole world out there who have no idea what women's bodybuilding is.
That's right. And just a final thing, like, what's the situation now in Brazil?
COVID is still pretty bad, unfortunately. It's pretty high. I had actually 4 people that passed away in my circle, 2 family members and 2 friends. I had a trainer, a coach who just got out of the hospital. He was 100 days in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty difficult situation. I never really really thought about so much as I have been thinking now, because back last year I was a little bit careless, unfortunately, until this year it really hit me hard to understand that unfortunately is a serious thing. People didn't take it really the right precautions that they should, but I think that everybody now is pretty alert and doing all the things that they need to
That's
do.
good, you know.
Yeah.
I love Brazil and you know,
I
I
do
love
too.
Brazilian people and I hope, you know, things will get better soon.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult situation we are in, and hopefully things
You'll
will
get better.
Yeah. Thanks, hey, for doing
You're
this.
welcome.
It's
Yeah.
been a pleasure.